to this day, I still think, some people can watch it and don't even flinch. Me, 100%, that's still the scariest movie of all time for me.
Gotcha. Trying to think. I mean, as a kid, I know it's weird to say, Child's Play got me as a kid because my mom had one of those dolls. And I'm sitting there watching the movie with the doll, and I had no idea what the fuck I was watching. So,
yeah.
Could you imagine, like, not knowing anything about what you're about to watch, and the doll that you have's in the fucking movie?
Yeah, and your imagination runs wild, and you think to yourself, any moment this doll can turn its head and just talk to me.
Exactly. Scared the fuck out of me. Would you ever sleep inside a coffin for a night? I couldn't do it because I'm claustrophobic as fuck.
Maybe if there were some stakes involved.
Like money?
Yeah, not like vampire stakes.
I guess see what you did there.
Yeah, if somebody was like, I'll give you $100 to lay in this coffin for 8 hours. 12 o'clock, like 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock, basically my night shift.
Right.
Could I do it?
Could you do it?
I don't know if I could.
Didn't do that in the show Fear that was on MTV? Wasn't that like part of the challenges and stuff like that? You had to like
probably
get in the coffin and like no, it was there might have been a coffin, but no, it's you had to get like where they keep the bodies and stuff.
Oh, the morgue.
The morgue.
Like where the freezer.
Yeah, you had to like get in there for like 2 minutes or some shit like that.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, that was some shit right there.
Because it's like dark and everything, and yeah.
Yeah, like it was dark as shit, but they had like the infrared camera like watching and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that, buddy. In a zombie apocalypse, what would be your weapon of choice? I would say Despicable Me, the fart gun.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Well, it wouldn't be a gun because I'd eventually run out of bullets. I would want something to where I can carry with me, but I also need it to be light and not weigh me down. So I'm thinking one of those big long machetes, like a Jason machete.
Yeah.
So I can split motherfuckers' heads open, but at the same time, I can like put it in a little holster and put it on my back and not be weighed down by it.
I would have that in like the little like hook scythe from Children of the Corn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that'd be a badass. I don't know what it's exactly called right off the top of my head, but what do you want your last words to be?
Ooh, I don't know. Let me think on it. I don't know. I'll probably be old.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be watching the late night news. And I'll probably be getting tired. And there'd probably be some really stupid stuff in the world. And I'd just cut it off and go, the fuck. Just go to sleep and die.
The Thunder's last words was, "the fuck." Oh,
this man lived his life for horror movies.
And the fuck.
And the fuck.
And the fuck. The fuck the foe. Which horror movie murder did you find the most disturbing?
Danny Trejo in Halloween 2007, because he was the only person besides his mom that was nice to him, and he still killed him.
Yeah, those
I didn't like his death, honestly. I love Rob Zombie films. I'm not a Rob Zombie hater. People that listen to this know that, but yeah.
Sorry, we don't hate him.
But Danny Trejo, like
that scene did hurt when, like, I watched it. I was like,
because you know
you really wanted him to not kill this guy.
He took care of the kid from the time he got there until he became the big giant that he was, and it's just like,
yeah,
I know what Rob Zombie was trying to do. Rob Zombie was trying to tell you that, you know, if he'll do this to somebody that's been taking care of him for this long, imagine what he can do to anybody. He's like the shark from Jaws. He has no conscience. So, yeah, that death scene always stuck with me as, man, I didn't really want it.
Right.
Didn't want it.
It hurt.
Could have lived without it.
Right. What is your favorite fictional serial killer?
Fictional.
Fictional.
Meaning made up.
Made up, not real.
That's easy. Jason Voorhees.
That was pretty. Yeah, I mean, mine's Michael. How long do you think you would last in a horror movie? You're pretty very knowledgeable.
Yeah, but also in a real life situation, it kind of takes me a minute to adjust to see what the fuck's going on. See, the thing about it is I'm white. So my natural instinct is to go investigate.
Stupid.
You know, while
what's that?
Yeah. See, you investigate because you know, you want to know what it is and see if you can solve it. It's kind of an ego thing. Like, well, what's that? You know, while other races are like, fuck this.
Because they're smarter than us.
White people dying, we getting the fuck out of here.
Scary movie. Yeah. What are you, read the wrong thing. My bad. What is the spookiest ghost story that you've ever heard?
I don't know. I didn't really hang around people that told ghost stories.
Have you ever heard a spooky ghost story?
Just the local one here about Satan's Bridge.
Yeah.
You know, I heard one time, you know,
I've heard about like satanic cult.
Yeah, the satanic cults, and the fact that one of the stories was this mom was had her baby in the back seat, and they were going over Satan's Bridge, and right in the middle of the bridge, her car completely died, and she didn't have cell service. Of course, this story was before cell phones was a thing. Anyway, she got out of the car to go look up under her hood, and when she came around the side of her vehicle, her baby, the side where her baby was, the door was open, and the baby was like floating high above the sky, like some in.
Jesus Christ! I had a fucking moment, dude. Oh, God. Anyway, sorry, we had a background noise call and just scared the shit out of me.
Anyway, she came along the side of the door, and where the baby was floating above the air like something invisible was holding on to it.
Yeah.
And then dropped the baby or something, and she ran and was able to catch it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she just hopped in the car, and the car started up just like that, and they rode off. Somebody told me that before. Like, no shit.
Okay.
I've always, it's always fun to believe. I've been to Satan's Bridge several times. I wrote my name on the wall like everybody else in Danville. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Other than scaring the shit out of me, on to the next question. What is the scariest horror game that you've ever played, bud?
Scariest horror game. I don't play a whole lot of scary horror games. I mean, I guess the Friday the 13th game, I guess. I don't play games like that.
You mean like the original Nintendo?
No.
Oh, okay.
The one that just came out a few years ago.
Okay.
That's probably the scariest one I've ever played. Well, maybe that and the first time I played Resident Evil 4.
Okay. Well, me, I play more like horror games, but...
And it's not that I discriminate against horror games. I don't play games like that.
Yeah, you just don't play games like that. What's your favorite season, I know this, of American Horror Story?
Asylum.
Why is it Asylum?
Asylum is the second season, and I don't know, man. It's something about Asylum that I really like. It's interesting to me that you have a reporter going into like this insane asylum.
Yeah.
And she basically gets trapped, and she becomes a patient because the Warren, or whatever you call the person that runs it, I mean, they can forge papers on you saying that you're insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, Asylum's cool. And the thing about the early, and here's the thing, I love probably the first 7 seasons.
Yeah.
Of American Horror Story.
The last one, NYC, was garbage.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that one.
I watched it.
The last one that I watched all the way through was probably...
What, Apocalypse?
No. The one after that. Wait. Apocalypse. What's the one...
You're talking about the one with Mr. Jingles? The camp? 1987, I think is what it was called.
Damn. What's the one about the election?
Wasn't that Apocalypse?
No. American Horror Story, where it was about the election, and it was about cults and shit. You know what I'm talking about. At the end,
I'm looking it up.
At the end, like out of all those people that was involved with it, the black lady was the one that was able to pick up the gun and shoot him in the head. No?
I'm looking it up.
What the fuck I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think of the fucking title.
Because Trump won the election, and dude was watching it on television, and he was like, yes! Yes!
Okay, so let's see. You have Asylum, Freak Show. Good God.
You know which one it is.
Hang on.
The fuck?
Let's see. First one. Sorry, it's just... okay, seasons. There we go. Let's see. Murder House, Asylum, Coven, Freak Show, Hotel, Roanoke, Cult, Apocalypse, 1984.
I was right. It was Cult.
Okay.
No. Yeah, it was Cult. Then I watched Apocalypse and thought Apocalypse